Hi, Bulldog fans. We're thrilled to introduce today our next head women's basketball coach, Honey Brown. Honey has worked alongside Coach Brenda Mott-Kirkpatrick Brown for 8 years, and during that time, she has been part of one of the winningest basketball programs in Big South and UNC Asheville history. She is dedicated to not only winning, but to develop the best student athletes possible. She's caring, compassionate, and she is ready to take over as our new head women's basketball coach. I know that she will not only build on what we've done in the past, that winning tradition, but take us on new roads and new heights to even greater things for all of us to be able to say, go Bulldogs. Help me today to welcome Honey Brown as our next head women's basketball coach. Go Bulldogs.
What a great day and exciting day it is to be a Bulldog. I am honored to be your next Bulldog head women's basketball coach. After spending the last 8 years here as an assistant, I feel like I've had a small part in help building this program. And of anyone, I know firsthand what a great team and what a great group of young ladies we have, and I'm so excited to be able to lead them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. First of all, I would like to thank Chancellor Cable and our athletic director, Janet Cohn, for this opportunity and for them entrusting me in this program. UNC Asheville is such a special place, and there's so many people that are willing to sacrifice and give so many of their efforts to this program and this university. I would like to recognize what Janet calls the team behind the team and so many of the support staff. I've enjoyed my time with you so far in these 8 years, and for some of you, maybe it's not been that long, so I'll have to get to know you a little bit better. But I appreciate all of your hard work and dedication, and I look forward to working with you even more in the future. I also look forward to working with the current assistants and head coaches that are already on staff here at UNC Asheville. Get ready, head coaches. You know I'm going to be calling and texting, so just get those phones out. I would like to thank my parents, my dad especially. He was the one who taught me basketball and for the love of the game. And my dad also really enjoys the analytics and the behind the scenes pieces. So if you've ever seen my dad in the stands or ever talked to him, he's probably talked to you about stats in some way. So I'm really looking forward to continue talking to him about what our rebounding margin is or how many turnovers we have, because that's going to be a huge a piece for him and I to keep connecting. So I love you, Dad. Also to my mom, thank you for all your sacrifice and support. We all know how moms are out there and the sacrifices that they make for their daughters and their children. And there's so much taxi drivers and everything else, and my mom has been so supportive of me all these years. I want to thank my two sisters, Mandy and Kelly, and my brother Jay for all of their support and believing in me. And I also want to thank Kim for all of her love and support all these years. Coach Andre Yurko, thank you for being such a trusted coworker the past few years with me, and I appreciate you willing to be a part of my staff, and I look forward to our next chapter together as we start this program. And to Coach Mock, when you are with somebody for 8 years, you really get to know them quite a bit, and we've been through so many highs and lows and life changes together. I appreciate her more than she will ever know. She's challenged me and stretched me in so many ways that I just feel so confident and appreciative of all the opportunities that she's given me. She's empowered me over these last 8 years, and I feel so ready and prepared for this opportunity. So I'll forever be grateful to her, and I love you very much. In basketball, there's so many people that you come in contact with and build bonds with along the way. And there's a few people that have really impacted me in my journey that I want to thank and recognize today while I have the chance. First, I would like to thank Amanda Butler. Amanda's actually the coach at Clemson University right now, but Amanda and I grew up together in Tennessee and have known each other since the 4th grade. So you can imagine some of those pictures and things along our journey that you've seen in basketball. And she and I grew to love the game at the same time. And with her, she and I stayed in contact for more than basketball. And it's been a great journey. But she had faith in me several years ago and made a phone call for me to possibly get into college coaching. And I appreciate her as a trusted friend and mentor, and I'm so grateful that she was able to open that door for me and many others. Another person I'd like to thank is Shimmy Gray Miller. She's also a former boss and a trusted friend and mentor. She shaped me in so many ways in this profession, and I would like to personally thank her, and I'm so honored and humbled that she's a great friend of mine. Lynn Bria, she took a chance on me as a high school coach who loved basketball, had a lot of energy and passion, and gave me my first opportunity to get into college coaching, and so I will forever be indebted to her for that opportunity. Wes Moore, he's actually the coach at NC State. Wes actually coached me when I was at Maryville College back in the day several years ago, and what I love most about Wes, and I would think this is true still today, he is a super competitor, but what I always loved about Wes is we had so much fun. He was willing to have a lot of fun, crack jokes, just have a good time, and kept things in perspective. And for that, I'll always remember, and I hope to do the same thing here. And then the last person I would like to recognize and thank is Jackie Ansley. Jackie was my high school basketball coach, and I also worked for her with Performance Training Incorporated. Growing up in Tennessee, you have this figure, this icon, and this great person, Pat Summitt, that is amazing, who I consider the best basketball coach of all time. And watching her and growing up and going to her camp and watching her program as a fan and then starting to learn the game and the nuances of how she was running her program was awesome. But Jackie was my version of Pat Summitt because I was able to be with her on a day-to-day basis. And there were many times I felt like she was Pat Summitt because she really challenged and pushed us in high school to where I felt like I was on the Lady Vols, or I thought we were doing their training program for a while. But what I loved about Jackie is that she was about building relationships with her players. She had an open door, and she was that first female that I had as a role model, as a coach, that could be a strong, passionate coach who really pushed you, but also could have this great relationship. And so when I saw Jackie, she was a person that I thought, I want to run a program one day and have that love and relationship with their players like her. So Jackie, I appreciate your friendship, and I'm grateful that we've had this lifelong journey together. To all my former players and assistant coaches, I want to say thank you, and thank you for all the experiences that you have taught me along the way. They've not always been good. We always go through adversity, good and bad, but I've learned from those, and I reflect on those quite a bit, so I appreciate all of you. And to our current Bulldog players, I want to say, let's go. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to be your head coach and your leader. I can't wait to have the chance to talk to you individually and as a team, and us talk about our goals and how we want to impact this program in this community. I know that we are all ready to take this program to the next level. My goal for our players and our staff is to bring a great work ethic, a tremendous energy, an aggressive mindset every day in life, but especially every time we step out on the court. So Bulldog fans, I'm ready. Let's go.
So how much of an advantage is it for you to take over a program that you're intimately familiar with as opposed to taking over a program somewhere new?
I think it's a huge advantage. The reason I say that is because of the players. I love them, and I'm just excited to be able to work with them. Had the opportunity to recruit all of them, which is important, but I just think that knowing them already and them already having a relationship with me, and I think they know how much that I care about them and love them and know that we're going to be able to dive deeper into these relationships, I think is a huge advantage. I also think knowing them as basketball players, not just as people, is important because I know them and I've seen them, how they've developed, and for some of them, what some of their goals are already because we had talked about those previously. I think the other advantage is for Janet and some of the other people, I know my way to the locker room and to the weight room already, so that's always an advantage. And the other piece with it all, I think, is knowing the Big South. There's always going to be changes and coaching changes and different styles, but at least I'm already familiar with the conference. I'm not going to be walking into the gym for the first time in a lot of cases, and that's going to be, I think, a calming piece for not just myself and our staff, but our players.
Obviously, these are very different times that we're in right now, but what are some of the first things that you plan to do as head coach?
Talk to the players, tell them how much I love them and care about them. I know that was one thing that Coach Mock instilled, that was our foundation of what we built on, that this was going to be a love-based and a relational program, and I want to continue to do the same in my own way. But just being able to talk to them, and I know right now we're not able to wrap our arms around them, but hopefully they'll feel that, and they'll feel how excited I am to be their new head coach, but also how much that I believe in them. That's going to be one of the first things, is just talking to them and helping them through this process. Also, building a staff. I think that was one of the things that we've done a great job here is hiring great people. And I want to be able to do the same thing here, is get the right people, but also get people, again, that are passionate and energetic and care about the players on and off the court. It's not just about basketball in this program. That's a huge piece, and we all understand that. But the reason I'm in this profession is the love of basketball, but also I enjoy developing young people in this setting where they've moved away from home and they need a little bit of guidance and role models, but they're trying to find their own way. And I think putting a staff together that's going to mirror that vision is going to be super important.
And then lastly, you've been here 8 years. What about UNC Asheville and the athletic department has made you want to stay to take this leap forward?
Yeah, to me it was an easy decision. It was a hard decision because of saying goodbye to a great friend, but it was an easy decision because this is such a special place. I think people say that about everywhere, but if you've been here, not just the university itself, but it's about the people. And I've had the privilege to coach and be at several places in universities, and it's great here because so many people are willing to sacrifice and step in and do whatever it takes and come together. And I really do believe that everybody wants everyone to do well and has each other's back and is willing to do whatever we need to do to be successful. So I think that was easy for me. Asheville is such a great place, I think, to live as well, that it's been home. And it's also somewhat close to my family, which has been great. A lot of my family lives in Tennessee, and so it's a lot easier for them to come over to see games and be part of our program. And that's important to me. So regionally, it makes a lot of sense as well. But it's just such a great university and so much support, and I can feel that and wanted to be a part of this.